Okay, well, in our last episode, Phil speculated on whether or not the investigation into Charlie Kirk's assassination would be yielding much of anything new anytime soon. And when we awoke Friday morning, Pacific time, we had to do a whole lot of catching up to do, which is something that you just got to live with on this side of the country.
That's right.
The news has started hours ago by the time you are even conscious. Ladies and gentlemen, they got it. There's literally the governor of Utah said that. It's like,
Yeah, he did.
Like, is he memeing? Anyway, we certainly had our doubts about Kash Patel's brain-drained FBI being able to pull this all off, but Kash really proved all of his haters wrong when, thanks to his expert investigative skills, the shooter was brought into custody and revealed to be exactly the sort of left-wing Antifa super soldier that everyone expected. Except none of what I just said is true. Telling his FBI they didn't really solve this case.
Despite doing a victory lap, they really didn't solve it.
No. The details are still kind of fuzzy, but it sounds like the shooter's dad recognized him in security camera footage, and or the shooter confessed to his dad or implied some involvement, and the shooter was either turned in or turned himself in. So Kash Patel didn't really do anything. As far as the shooter's political motivations, that's where things get real fuzzy, and it's also where the media and law enforcement demonstrate their total inability to decipher irony-poisoned online youth culture.
Yeah, the media...
Gen Z brain rot. They need one Gen Zer on staff in every newsroom to tell them when what we're looking at is brain rot. You can't read any further into it.
They were dropping the ball on a level that was so frustrating to watch and listen to, because I put it on this morning on my run just to be like catch up on the news, and their panel of experts not only took everything at face value, but then started analyzing that information and pulling things out of it that weren't even there to begin with.
I mean, at this point, it's been, what, 20 years since the hacker known as 4chan? You'd think they'd be doing a little better by now, but apparently not.
So according to law enforcement, the suspect, a 22-year-old Utah native named Tyler Robinson, is described as having... Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, led by figures like Nick Fuentes. This crowd positions itself as hyper-patriotic, pro-Trump conservatives who see mainstream Republicans like Charlie Kirk as sellouts or fake conservatives infected by globalism, liberalism, or even fascism light. The Bulge's oh bit is a crude, mocking nod to transphobic memes that originated on Tumblr, but got co-opted by right-wing trolls to spot trans people in crowds, pure Groyper-style bigotry. Bella Ciao flips an anti-fascist World War II partisan song into ironic ammo for ridiculing leftists, while tying into their beef with fascist establishment figures like Kirk, whom Fuentes has repeatedly trashed. The gay taunt is straight-up homophobic bait, emblematic of the group's anti-LGBTQ venom, and catch this fascist, that's a direct shot at Kirk, framing the attack as purging a traitor from the right.
Very cool, Grok. I'm sure Daddy is mad at you again, though, because Elon...
he was the first.
He was out there within seconds being, the left is the party of murder. So, Grok, we're gonna need to get it
back to the workshop.
Yeah. But again, I mean, that's just one clanker's opinion. Not worth much. I mean, it certainly could turn out that this extremely average Utah Zoomer had adopted militant left-wing views in recent years. That is the simplest explanation. It's the Occam's razor explanation, but it just seems just as likely that it's more complicated than that. I mean, there might be a Groyper angle to this. Plenty of 4chan users seem to at least suspect that. Or it could be like so many other...
Yeah, he's very conservative. No lefty dresses up like Trump, right? For Halloween, lefties don't dress up like Trump. Never, ever. It's crazy. That's right, Amber. He was very conservative. Can you imagine a lefty dressing up like Trump for Halloween? He was far right. This guy was far right. I mean, way right of. The thing is, he was conflicted, right? The guy was conflicted. He was you know, doing anal sex with a dude. The guy was you know, one of those in the closet right-wing individuals, conflicted, you know, doing his demon shit, possessed, you know. In his culture, he's possessed by demons. He just quit his job. I mean, the guy was obviously, you know, fucked in the head. Poor dude. I mean, he was raised in a ultra right-wing Mormon, you know, and living with a transsexual boyfriend. I mean, you know, the guy was fucked up. How am I projecting? It's fucking true. It's fucking true. How am I projecting? I'm just reporting on it. You're in denial. If I get X is in denial. Dude, his roommate is transsexual, his boyfriend. He called himself his boyfriend. His boyfriend's transsexual. He grew up in an ultra-right Mormon conservative family. They think gay and that shit is demonic. They do ecstasy. You don't know anything from fucking Mormons? Yeah, they think that shit's demonic. The poor dude was lost. I hope Charlie isn't resting in peace. He's down with the devil. He didn't go to heaven. The guy had no empathy. Why would he go to heaven? The guy's down with Satan. The guy was a piece of shit. But did he deserve to be shot? Absolutely not. Right? He had no empathy for anyone. He was so un-Christian. He was zero Christian. He was a piece of shit motherfucker. That's what fucking Charlie Kirk was. You know, he held on to the Bible like he used it like a weapon. You know, I don't feel empathy bullshit, dude. That's not Christian. Christian feels empathy. A Christian, you know, helps out the meek. A Christian is one that, you know, that cares about the less fortunate. Charlie Kirk was none of that. Charlie Kirk wasn't a Christian. He just used it for his own means. All right? Now look at this, Aaron. Let's find me. What? Are you pissed off, Aaron, because I'm speaking the truth? Let's find this dude. Yeah, should he have been killed? Absolutely not, dude. That's America. Freedom of speech. You can be a fucking dickhead on stage, spew your fucking bullshit. That's the American way. Should he have been shot? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Was he a Christian? Absolutely not. He was a turd. He preached hate. You know, and that's, you know, unfortunate. He didn't speak the truth. He spoke hate. He was a turd. Hateful. Yeah, he preached hate. He didn't recognize he didn't recognize the Palestinians. He didn't recognize the genocide going on. He said they weren't a people. Right? He said they didn't exist as a culture. That shit's hate. Right? hell is this thing? Tapioca. Tea with tapioca. Oh, yeah. Yeah, leave.
はい、いらっしゃいませ。
こんにちは。
はい、こんにちは。レジ袋大丈夫ですか？
逃げられないです。
はい、418円です。はい、500円いただきます。はい、82円のお返しです。はい、
ありがとう。
はい、ございます。
Oh, I was muted. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I muted you. This is good. Maybe you're muted. What's up, love? They're all here. They love. To Look at that. Premium lemon squash. 90%. Some good stuff right there. Woo! That's so good. Let's keep listening. Let's keep listening. Let's keep listening.
Meant to be like confusing and inciting. There's a lot that it could be. I guess we'll find out.
It's very rare that you get someone willing to do something like this who comprehensible political belief.
日収10万からな50万円をスマホ1台稼ぐ人が実際にいます。信じられない。
But what is clear, though, is that despite so many on the right clearly wanting the killer to be a transgender registered Democrat minority, none of that is the case here. And you can tell that they're kind of disappointed by that.
That's putting it lightly. The tone shift has been so severe that it was shocking even to me.
Yeah, so, for example, Republican Representative Nancy Mace was absolutely convinced in the immediate that down the table from Charlie, the great debater, the man was, Tyler wouldn't have pulled the trigger. Something tells me this is not what she would be saying if the killer actually was transgender. I don't know, just a hunch.
Yeah, I'd say so. So hopefully we get a better idea of Tyler Robinson's motives, but it's also possible that we don't learn much more, or that there isn't much more to learn. The guy who tried to kill Donald Trump last year left behind no clues as to his motives and seems to have simply wanted to assassinate the nearest famous person. Unlike that guy, Tyler Robinson is alive to tell his side of the story, but there might not end up being much to tell. We shall see, I guess. One possibility we haven't addressed yet, though, is that Tyler Robinson did what he did because the feminist commentary website Jezebel paid some Etsy witches to put a curse on Charlie Kirk just days before his assassination. This was like one of the most viral links that was going around in the immediate aftermath because the timing was just, obviously you can't, like, it's just
crazy timing.
Very weird timing.
But also, like, half the country now has the brains of, like, medieval peasants. And this is a very real, like, possibility.
This could have incited new witch trials.
It could have.
Yeah.
The Etsy witch trials.
Yeah, now it seems pretty unlikely, but the timing is very unfortunate. And for believers in the supernatural, it's very suspicious. Now, the original article has understandably been taken down and replaced with a statement denouncing what happened. But looking at it through the Wayback Machine, it's just a silly article about disliking Charlie Kirk for his extremely regressive views on female autonomy and exploring the bizarre world of witch curses that you can buy on Etsy. Now, here's a sample of that.
A cornerstone of Kirk's nightmare ideology is his insistence that, since gaining more independence, Western women are more miserable than ever. He tells auditoriums full of young women that our freedom is a flaw, not an achievement. He's obsessed with declining birth rates and idealizes the 1950s, when women's only job was tending to children and husbands. If we all abandoned our careers and returned to motherhood, we'd be happier, according to Kirk. Indeed, he fails to realize that I would be happiest if he would just shut up. Throughout history, society has branded bold and assertive women as witches to silence them. Since Kirk already assumes every liberal, college-educated woman is a feminist witch hell-bent on destroying civilization, even recently declaring that the Jezebel spirit has just infected an entire generation of young ladies, shout out, we're reclaiming it. If Kirk wants a villain, I'm more than happy to be the hag of his nightmares.
Naturally, I did what any serious journalist would do. I typed curse enemy into Etsy's search bar. 5,000 results. The options were endless. Should I try karmic revenge, same-day bad luck curse, or insanity hex? Or my personal favorite, simply hex Republicans. The reviews were their own kind of magic. One 5-star review for a career crusher curse read, she has such a sweet, charming, bubbly personality. J'adore.
And then a bunch of emojis.
Yeah, so not exactly the witches of Salem here. These Etsy witches were streamlined for the internet age and spoke fluent emoji. Then I found the crown jewel. Shit your pants spell.
Yes.
A review. It really worked. Thank you.
He did shit his pants. We all shit our pants when we die. So maybe that was maybe things.
I was saying that the person that bought this one was a little constipated, and they were putting the spell on themselves.
Please curse me. Oh no, it would be so horrible if I shit my pants.
Yeah.
I haven't pooped in weeks.
At that point, it was clear that I'd need to order multiple curses at different severity levels and price points to guarantee results. After placing my first spell, Make Everyone Hate Him, I was left with more questions than answers. How long would it take to kick in? Should I have splurged for a pricier spell to make it work faster? Shortly after, the witch messaged me trying to upsell me a $50 spell booster. When I asked what it did, she explained it would amplify the energetic support of the main spell, or else I could let it unfold in its natural timing. I decided to trust the witch's will.
You're gonna want the spell booster. I mean, listen,
want
all
the
of our
spell
spells
booster.
are great, but
get the
I
spell
can't
booster.
sell you the normal spell without at least telling you that the spell booster is an option that we have
So
here,
the witch
and it
killed
leaves a
him.
lot of customers very satisfied.
Much like in any
So
other...
I guess it was the witches, the person, the reporter who put a hex on Charlie, and the magic blew up, literally blew up in his neck. What's up, Crystal? Yeah, I mean, you guys are like Nazis. All a bunch of Nazis. Are you guys all American Nazis? 1933, Nazi. What are you guys up to? I got mushrooms. I got a shit ton of mushrooms. Yeah, I'm really worried about it. I'm really worried about getting deported. Why am I getting deported? Are you just butthurt? You're butthurt. You're butthurt. Joe butthurt. This guy's channel wasted more 10 viewers. Look at all these Nazis. American Nazis. This is welcome to the comedy show. Bunch of Nazis. They don't believe in, you guys don't believe in the Constitution. You support pedos. You're all a bunch of pedo lovers. Bunch of pedo lovers, right? Oh, disrespectful. Disrespectful for a person who basically disrespected people. Charlie is just being used. Poor Charlie is being used as, as a false flag. Charlie being weaponized by a bunch of turds. Being weaponized. Saying that, oh, his death was some sort of conspiracy. He was a jaded, the guy who killed Charlie was a jaded, in the closet, homosexual, raised in an ultra-right family, Mormon family, that ultimately was defending his, his transsexual lover, from Charlie's hate. What he did was completely wrong. No one should be assassinated. He should have sat down and had a debate with Charlie, but he's far right. This guy was far right. The memes on his bullet casing are all from far right. Right? He's Nick Fuentes. They hated, Nick Fuentes hates Charlie. Charlie wasn't right enough for them. Charlie wasn't Nazi enough for them. Charlie was attacking this guy, this poor, lost soul, who ultimately, lost his way, lost his job, lost his way, lost his family. He only went to college for one semester, and like you guys' argument is, oh no, it was the college you went to. It's like ultra conservative college. Fucking University of Utah is ultra conservative. You guys are just so fucking dumb. I mean, seriously, you guys are dumb. You guys see ghosts everywhere. Just a guy raised an ultra-right conservative, dad's a sheriff, teach him how to shoot, becomes a closet homosexual, falls in love with a transgender dude, lady, and uses the skills his dad taught him, is to shoot a loser. A guy full of hate. Charlie Kirk was not a good guy. But should he have been shot? Absolutely not. Does he deserve to? Absolutely not. That's horrible. No one should be fucking assassinated. But you guys, see, the thing is the right believes people should be put in concentration camps. You're ripping mothers and children from their parents. You're locking up people, moving them around in concentration camps. You're doing what Hitler was doing in 1933. Hitler didn't start killing people until 1939. 1933 is what you guys are doing. That's why I call you guys Nazis. You're 1933 fucking Nazis. You know, raiding, you're taking away, over 20% of Americans have lost their 4th and 14th Amendment. Illegal search and seizure, now they've lost that. 20% of Americans. Trump's support has dropped by over 30%. By the under 30 males have dropped 30%. He's crashing support for Trump. Look at your coffee, look at your orange juice, look at your steak, look at everything is fucking going out of control in America. Trump is fucking destroying America. And you guys, like a bunch of fentanyl addicted dumb fucks, are just smelling his diapers, going, oh my god, I love this shitty smell. Oh my god, Trump. Oh wait, let's not look that way. Let's not look over there. Him with best friends, him hiding, protecting Bill Clinton, protecting all these fucking pedos. Oh no, let's not release those files. Let's not release the files. No. I don't want to think that maybe the fucking person I voted for is a fucking pedo, or protecting pedos, or both, most likely both. He's a pedo protecting pedos. I mean, look at those, the 50th birthday card. Look at the emails. Ghislaine Maxwell, oh, she's innocent. Ghislaine, Miss Jizz, oh no, she didn't do nothing wrong. Oh yeah, that 50-year-old creepy old guy was able to go out and pick up 12-year-old girls. He was just able to go out there and just round up all them 1,000 girls, no problem. Now, the only reason he was able to get all those girls, because he had a madam. He had a piece of shit fucking madam, Ghislaine, with a British accent, acting motherly to these girls and getting them roped in. Look, here's a cop. Look at that. There's a cop. Look at that. There's a cop. Look at that. He's coming for me. Actually, that's an ambulance. Was that an ambulance? That's an ambulance. Ambulance. I know, dude. He was far right. That guy who killed him was far right, dude. He wasn't, Charlie wasn't far right. Charlie was kind of like barely right. Nick Fuentes and those crazy motherfuckers, they hated him. They hated Charlie. But you know what? They're going to use Charlie. Oh, false flag. Reichstag. 1933 Reichstag right now. Oh, Charlie. Oh, my God, Charlie. He was murdered by the left. It was an assassination. Bernie Sanders thought it up with AOC. AOC is behind it. Bernie Sanders and AOC definitely behind it. You guys are so fucking out of there. Dude, it was a guy who was a closet homosexual with a trans lover who was taught to shoot by his far right Mormon dad, bought him the weapon. He was confused. He quit his fucking job. He didn't know his future, and he was angry. He was fucking angry. And he basically took all this emotion he had because there wasn't any counseling, because you guys cut all that funding. There wasn't any special programs, because you guys cut all those, right? You guys got rid of all that mental health counseling, all that shit that this poor guy needed, right? All this shit that this guy needed, You guys cut all the funding of that. Right? You know, you made it easy for this guy to get a weapon. This guy should never have had a weapon. You know, where all the fuck turds come out, they come out of far right. Far right families is where they come out. Because they're closet homosexual and their family doesn't understand, they can't talk about it. And all of a sudden, you know, they're lost sheep. No one to talk to, can't talk to their pastor, can't talk to their minister, because this shit's demon, dude. They're demon, right? Him being in bed with another man, oh, that shit's demon, right? That's the Mormon faith for you. That they treat that shit as demon. That's demonology shit right there. You know, he saw no future. He couldn't even make it through one fucking semester of university. One semester. He had everything going for him. Had everything going for him, except for one thing. His family were a bunch of turds, right? Bunch of right-wing fucking turds. No sympathy for his homosexuality. That was it. That was it. If you lived in a family, like a left family, they're like, yeah, hon, yeah, fall in love. It's okay. We don't care. If you want to be with a man, right? It's no problem, son. Then this shit wouldn't have happened. This shit wouldn't have happened. He wouldn't have got all that hate bent up. Instead, you guys think it's some sort of, you know, it's some sort of left conspiracy. Oh, let's start killing the right. Let's start killing the right. All gun violence, all mass shooting is all right, statistically. Look at the data. All that shit happens. All the extremist groups are on the right. Right? But you guys are so fucking dumb. Right? You're dumb. You're not able to look up fucking statistics or facts or anything else. You just live in these little bubbles of fucking bullshit. It's insane. OWO. What's OWO? I'm gonna go up and get my water. It's getting dark here. God damn, 6:12. What's the pew man there, X? Shit, fucking A-Day. Dude, the thing no longer moves. Yeah, it's getting dark here. It's getting lighter there. It's getting darker here. I want to go get water. I got my empty bottles here. Going up to the water here. It's getting dark though. I don't have any spring water. I like drinking my spring water. Going up and get my spring water. Anyway, thanks for joining the show. Welcome to the comedy show. It's comedy. The fact that we've got such turds in America, it's unbelievable. Fucking comedy. It's like black comedy. They love blaming the Dems, that's right. Well, because see, you have to understand what's going on. They're trying, they want martial law. They know they're gonna get destroyed this November. They're gonna get absolutely destroyed. So the last thing they want to make the Democratic Party illegal. They want to basically frame Democrats as radicals. They want to, they want to basically, they want everything. They don't want to have elections November. So they are conflating this event they're seeing demons where there aren't anywhere. It was just an unfortunate dude who had a lot of problems, raised, just like a lot of things coming together, for him to do this. I'm glad, because I was thinking it was fucking, I was thinking it was Mossad going in, and a plane went off, the transformers turned off, and then came back. A lot of crazy shit was going on, at the time. Guys doing hand signals and shit. They were like doing baseball shit. I'm glad it wasn't Mossad. I'm glad it was some poor in the closet, right wing, homosexual in a trans relationship, pissed off. It's like a white guy from a middle class family with a Republican parents. Not anything conspiracy at all. Did Waffle Jackson come in here? Waffle Jack. When did Waffle Jackson get? See you tomorrow, Waffle. Crystal. You got on. Where the fuck is my? God damn. It's getting dark. Funny. Oh, it's gone. I didn't get to read. I saw it's funny. Yes. It's exactly right. Haunted. Haunted sky. Exactly right. He felt betrayed. Felt he felt I think if you're raised, I mean, think of it this way. Just put yourself in the shoe, right? You're raised with this whole thing about, with these values. Imagine, all right? Just put yourself in the shoes, okay? You're raised on a very conservative Mormon lifestyle with God and everything else, and blah, 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 and you got this strong family relationship, bonding and everything else. And then, you find yourself growing up and leaving, and all of a sudden you got these feelings for a dude. I don't know any old dude, a dude that wants to be a woman. And all you have is confliction. Oh my God, am I a demon? Am I getting demon? God, I love this person so much. Oh my, I'm a demon. I'm gonna move in with him, her, it, them, they, whatever, Oh my God. And Charlie Kirk talking shit about the person I love. I'm just, and then losing his job and maybe getting teased. Maybe he probably got teased, probably they, he's there trying to be a junior election with a bunch of dudes. They probably found out that he was gay, started picking on his ass, right? Electrical guys are that way, blue collar, electrical. Oh my God, you're a faggot. They dropped the whole F-bomb thing, probably started raging on him. He's like, oh, am I getting out of that? And then Charlie Kirk, he's got all this frustration. He's like, oh, I'm gonna and had no one to talk to, right? He couldn't talk to his dad. He couldn't talk to his mom. He couldn't talk to. Last time they talked, they argued. Couldn't talk to his minister, because to their mind, he's a demon. It's sad, really sad situation. Probably if he would have been able to talk to someone, he wouldn't have fucking, done with the shit he did. But then now it's like, the right wing. They're all like all over. Yeah, they've made Charlie a martyr. Charlie's a martyr. It's their Reichstag fire, dude. It's their Reichstag fire. Charlie's the martyr. You know, I was thinking this guy was thinking that, you know, it's like, oh, I'll make Charlie the martyr for the alt. He might be, because the memes he used on those bullets are alt-right memes. Those are alt-right memes. All of them are alt-right memes. Those are not liberal memes. Those are alt-right memes from 4chan. Look it up. Do your research. Those memes inscribed on his bullets. Yeah. Yeah, he also, yeah, but I don't think that guy, see, the thing is, that's what I thought, you know, prophet. He did refuse to kiss the wall. That's why everyone was speculating that it was, you know, it was Israeli a hit, but it wasn't. It was just some dude in the alt-right, you know, community being gay. Yeah, maybe if he would have given love and acceptance for his gay, you know, lifestyle. The badge of honor. Yeah, that's going to bring him back to life. That's going to bring him back to life, Scram. The badge of honor. God damn, it's dark. I'm gonna have to put the light on. Here, I'm at my water. Look how dark it is. This is my water spot right here. That's the water. Keep the. Let's put on a show for you.
Scenario: you're currently in a queue of spells. You can jump that queue,
Yeah.
right to the front of the line if you pay a little extra. It's like going down to the jukebox at the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a touch tunes, but
Yeah.
with
With
supernatural hexes and curses.
That's right.
So yeah, I mean, extremely bad timing aside, we're gonna go out on a limb here and say that Jezebel did not in fact cause Charlie Kirk's assassination by paying some witches on the internet to put curses on him.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, in case you were wondering how President Donald Trump is dealing with the gruesome murder of one of his best friends just days ago, here he is on Friday morning being asked about how he's holding up.
How are you holding up over the last 3.5 days? I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty. It'll be an absolutely magnificent structure. And I just see all the trucks. We just started, so it'll get done very nicely, and it'll be one of the best anywhere in the world, actually.
Thank you so much.
This is outrageous. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, sounds like he's gone through the entire grieving process in record time. He's moved on to other more important matters like that big ballroom renovation.
It seems like he doesn't give a shit, if you honestly listen to what he said, because this is someone who is extremely close to him, and not just him, like best friends with his vice president. And I mean, he's like, yeah, well, anyways, have you seen the beautiful ballroom?
And there's a couple things happening here. First of all, Trump is old and he's at least a little bit senile.
Yeah, but admitting that would be admitting that the sitting president has mental deficiencies that should probably pull him from that position.
But I mean, secondly, it's, like we said in our first video after this went down, like Charlie Kirk is just, he's a cog in a big, beautiful machine, and it doesn't really matter who the cog is. They don't care about that. They care about what he did, and someone else will be doing. I mean, they already announced that they're going to keep on doing the tour without Charlie Kirk. So it's like, I mean, he played a very important role for them, but he was just one piece of the puzzle, and
it's just like with
they don't care about him as a person.
It feels like with this small amount of time passing and him being so integrated into the Trump administration, you would even as a Trump hater, you would think that he would have anything more to say on the subject at all.
Yeah, without making a value judgment on anything, it's like, yeah, if someone I considered important to me, even on like a purely, like not like a close friend, but like someone I spent as much time with as Charlie Kirk, you would expect that I would be pretty bummed out about it like 72 hours later.
Like even like offering maybe some condolences to his family, or saying that like the people in his administration are like hurting and reeling from it, and even talking about like whatever. He had nothing to say.
Maybe he's grieving so hard that this is like a coping mechanism.
You just don't see it.
Yeah, maybe when he got on the helicopter, he just started. He was talking about the ballroom because all he wants to do right now is bawl his eyes out, but he can't because real men keep their tears hidden.
Yeah,
alpha dogs don't cry in public.
This is I just like of all the things, this is just a very
super weird, just like bizarre. Great. Anyway,
like if you are a Christian Trump supporter and you like this, I know it won't, but like this has to at least say something to you about the character of this man.
It doesn't say fucking shit to any of these people.
It comes off like he doesn't care at all.
It certainly does. Certainly does come off that way. So yeah, I guess in light of that, I guess it's time for us to move on as well. I mean, why dwell on it? To our next story, which is it's really just a continuation of that first story. Sorry, because it's about how the school shooting problem in our country, and that was technically a school shooting, has created a very lucrative business. Basically, a school shooting industrial complex. Mass shootings happen significantly less often in other countries that have stricter gun laws, but that's never going to fucking happen here. So, in lieu of that, let's make some fucking money. There's a lot of business opportunities for people with less effective solutions than gun control to sell to schools and things of that nature. And it's apparently an industry that's worth as much as $4 billion. Recently, there was a whole convention devoted to all the products and services that American schools can spend money on to prepare them for the not unlikely event that an active shooter comes to campus. And NPR sent a reporter down there. Here's some of their reporting.
On a sunny day in Grapevine, Texas, 3 drones are buzzing around the head of a test dummy balanced on a pedestal. It's part of a demonstration outside the National School Safety Conference. We use drones to stop school shootings, says Justin Marston, the CEO of Campus Guardian Angel, the company selling the drones. In the event of a shooting, remote pilots fly the drones housed at the school at the shooter. They shoot pepper balls and run the drones into the shooter to debilitate them. The technology is one example on a long list of products schools can buy to deter a shooter. Inside the school safety conference, vendors in an expo hall showcase panic buttons, bullet-resistant whiteboards, facial recognition technology, training simulators, body armor, guns, and tasers. Tom McDermott with the metal detector manufacturer CEIA USA says schools used to be a small fraction of their U.S. business. Now, they're the majority. It's not right. We need to solve this problem. It's good for business, but we don't need to be selling to schools.
I'll take the money, but this is fucked up,
McDermott says. Sarah McNeely, a sales manager with SAM Medical, is selling trauma kits, which include tourniquets, clotting agents, and chest seals. She says their customers are traditionally EMTs, fire departments, and military medics, but increasingly school districts. Being prepared and having these devices in the schools is essential, she says. Some people want to put their heads in the sand and pretend like it's not going to happen to them.
米国株ナンバー1投資アプリ。アプリ一つで全て投資可能。米国株取引なら。
Some people might argue that it's the guns that are at fault, and that other countries don't have this problem.
It's not the guns, it's the lack of tourniquets, the lack of bulletproof whiteboards. And listen, this might seem absurd to have a bunch of drones with pepper balls in them at the ready in case of a school shooting, but when it happens and you don't have it, you're going to wish you had it.
You know what sounds more absurd? No one having a gun.
Not going to happen. What if drones had guns?
The people working here are like very closely almost doing the selling pickaxes to gold miners quote.
Yeah.
There's like the real money is selling the cure.
Yes,
the tools
no,
that are
exactly.
essential to giving it.
Because like if you heavily regulate guns in this country in the way they're regulated in like Europe, for example, that means way less money for the entire industry selling guns and manufacturing guns. And that's bad for the economy. So this way, not only does the gun industry get to thrive like it always has,
There's a brand new
but
industry.
there's a second